Hello, my name is David Hogan. Welcome to the show. This is content for actors from an actor. Today we are talking about demo reels. Happy holidays. It's almost December. I kind of get into the spirit. I don't know if you do, but I do. So the set is decorated appropriately because it's pretty. Okay, so first off, what is a demo reel, right? It's an assortment of your work. It's your greatest hits. It's typically video footage from projects that you've booked, put together in a digestible size. So I don't want to go watch a 15-minute short film. I don't want to watch a 90-minute movie. I want to see your greatest hits. I want to see you acting. When I click play, I want to see your work. Just you, maybe with your scene partners, obviously, but mostly I just want to see you. I want to get a sample of your work that says a bit more about you, more than just your headshot. So you've booked some stuff. You've filmed a few short films, a few independent films. Oh, and by the way, this channel is for actors at the beginning or in the middle of their career. So if you're already crushing it as an actor, this video might not be appropriate for you, okay? But if you're out there booking, you booked a few projects, the first thing you have to do is you have to actually get that footage. So that's a challenge for actors. When I got started in this business, which was about 2010, that was the first thing. It's like, how do I get my footage as quickly as possible? How do I get that footage? There are ways. You have to be a squeaky wheel sometimes, especially with independent projects, student films. You have to make sure, you have to check in, you have to know who to contact, who to harass to get your footage as soon as possible. Now, sometimes you may not be able to get your footage as quickly as you want to. Sometimes you might have to wait until that movie actually gets distribution, but sometimes you'll be able to get it a bit quicker than that. It really kind of depends. Now, if you are lucky enough to get cast in a project that has some legs and gets distribution, or is something that is episodic and gets on Netflix or Hulu, whatever, you may not have access to those producers or that director. You can't just call them and say, hey, I need my footage. You can't do that. If that's a problem, there are a few services. I do have links below. And the service that I've used before is called ARCHETYPE DVD. And they've helped me out getting footage for many of the projects that I've been in that I couldn't get access to by directly contacting producers or directors. Okay, so let's say you have your footage. Let's say it's the beginning of your career. It's the beginning of your on-camera journey, and you just have a 30-second clip from one short film that you did, or a minute of footage, whatever. That's fine. So that's your reel. It's actually a clip because it's only one project, but still, that's a reel. That's your reel. Now, you've got it. You have to edit it yourself or hire an editor. I can do that for you, or find an editor that you know, someone who makes movies, a filmmaker, okay? And you need to take this footage and create your reel, create your clip. You want to, sorry about that. I'll get back to that person. You want to open your clip with your face, hopefully in a medium close-up or a close-up. Right when I click play, I want to see your face. I want to see you talking. That'll really help me go, oh, there's that person, there's that actor, they're talking, they're ready to go. If you have more than one clip, we would like to end your reel with you talking, okay? Also, when you're assembling your footage, and I've heard people say that you should hire an editor to get your reel created. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I think you can cut together your reel as long as you have your footage, cut it together on iMovie or some other easy-to-use software, okay? A lot of folks will open their reel with a title card. I tend to just use my name, David S. Hogan, flash on the screen for like a second, and then it goes right into the footage. And then I will often end with a title card and contact information, sometimes with the title card and headshot, okay? Over the clips, I will often overlay the title of the project, lower left-hand corner, just in the lower thirds, just a title. Very quickly, it pops up there, then it goes away, just to give them a little information about the project title in case they want to look that project up. Where your reel will live, there's a lot of different options, and this is where it does get a bit tricky as far as the editing. Should it be 720? Should it be 1080? Should it be 4K? What if I need to compress my file? These are a lot of questions that I'm not going to cover here, but the technical aspects of video creation is sometimes a bit of a beast. So look into that information online, talk to a friend, hire an editor, one of those things. Typically, Once you have your reel or your clip ready to go, you're going to share it to possibly your YouTube channel, maybe your Instagram, all of your casting sites where you can upload video, IMDb, all the places where people might go to look to see your work or see your digital resume. That's where you want to add your reel. And on many casting sites like casting networks, if you have you're going to have a digital resume. So for each credit, if you have multiple credits, you can add right next to that little resume line, you can add footage from that project. So not only might you have a full reel or a comedy reel or a drama reel or a speed reel attached to your profile, but you could also have a clip from each project that you've booked, assuming you can get hands on that footage, which is pretty cool. Now, I did mention drama reel, comedy reel. I want to get a bit more specific about how to divide up your footage once you start accumulating more clips from projects you've booked. So let's say you've done some commercial stuff, some narrative stuff, right? You did commercials, you did like a Microsoft thing, and you did a couple episodic things and a short film. So this stuff here, this is called narrative projects, film and TV, and then commercial projects. They do not belong on the same reel. Separate reels. You can have a commercial corporate reel, totally fine, or just a commercial reel, and then your narrative reel, that's something else. Now, if you have a lot of footage and you have like a 3-minute reel, that's awesome. But I would break that up. I would have a 3-minute reel and a shorter version, like a 1-minute, 90-second speed reel. Like just a shorter, easy to digest, quick thing I can click play, but it doesn't take me 5 minutes to get through the footage, just like your greatest hits. Okay. You can also, if you have a 3-minute reel, you can also break that up, if you have this kind of footage, into a comedy and a drama reel. So then when you're auditioning for something fun, lighthearted, and funny, you're just sending them your comedy reel. That makes sense? All right. Now, the other thing I want to talk about very briefly is creating your own content. If you're just getting started, you're going to find out whenever you see a casting call. I'm going to change the hat here because it's getting a bit sore. Now, if you're just getting started, when you see a casting call, you may see, and you probably will see this, send us your headshot, your resume, and links to your reel. If you're just getting started, you don't have a reel. Hopefully you have an amazing headshot, because that is where you have to start, with an amazing headshot. Because without that, you're probably not going to get an audition. Okay, so if you don't have a reel, what do you do? What do you do? Do you go out and shoot your own material? Go make a short film? Do you register for a 48-hour film project? These are all options to create a short film that costs money. To participate in the 48-hour film project, if you're going to be a producer, that costs a bit of money too. And then also you have to assemble a team of filmmakers to make it look good, sound good, etc., etc. It's risks. It may not turn out, but it might. It might. A lot of times with students that I'm working with, I'm telling them, try to get involved with the 48s, get on a great team, and then you might get footage for your reel. Might not work out, but it might. Another option would be to record an amazing monologue that really works for you and your type and your goals. Make it look good, make it sound amazing, and it might work. While you're building up your reel footage and collecting footage from projects you've booked, a monologue might work. Might, okay? But make sure it's good. Because, and obviously you don't want to just title it, I wouldn't title it David S. Hogan's Actor Reel, and then it's just one monologue, because that's a bit misleading. But you'd want to title it, David Hogan performs Benedict from Much Ado About Nothing, right? Now that's Shakespeare, so I probably wouldn't want to do that unless I was trying to get booked in a Shakespeare movie or for a staged play. Find a monologue from film or television, or from a play that doesn't come off as overly theatrical, right? A lot of language or dialogue used in staged plays is often different than the dialogue crafted for film or TV. So just make sure that it's, typically if you're going to use a play, make sure it's contemporary, conversational, and you can easily figure out, okay, I know what the character's going after. It's dynamic, it's dramatic, it's interesting, it's funny, whatever, and it suits me. Okay, now remember, there are other ways to get your talent recorded. You can pay someone to film an original scene for you. And this happens quite often in larger markets, in the Northwest market in Seattle. There have been a few companies that have done this, and I know a few that no longer do this because I think that A, it's a bit pricey for actors. It can be a bit challenging to actually produce this stuff if you're not doing it regularly, but that might be an option for you. Make sure you know exactly what kind of scene you want to film. Be very specific about your goals. Just like everything in your acting career, be very, very specific about what you want, especially when you're spending money. Okay, so I think that might cover it. Yes, when you're just getting started, you're not going to have any footage, so always have a great headshot. Yeah, when you're just getting started, you might want to put a monologue on tape. Talk to your agent, talk to the local casting directors, find out if they think this is a good idea for you. Get as much information as you can. Talk to your friends, talk to local actors. As you start to get footage pulled together, as you start to get your clips, make sure you're getting all of that stuff, downloading it, keeping it somewhere safe, and then learning how to edit your own reels or hire an editor to do it for you, all right? You got the full reel, you got a speed reel, comedy, drama, you got your commercial reel, which is separate than your narrative, and all of that stuff. I think that's all I have for you today. If you have questions, please leave a comment. If you're enjoying this channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, click that thumb, share it with your friends, and as always, break a leg at your next audition, and please keep in touch.